What's up, everybody? How many we got? We got one in chat. Hey, Jules, Latro.
Yeah, Latro and Jules. Hello.
Hello. Right now, I think we just have one in chat.
They'll be back.
Looks like somebody's over in Oracle's waiting too. That's hilarious. It's tomorrow night, folks.
Yep. Tonight it's just our ugly mugs.
Yes. How many we got in chat? 2. And I'm one of them. But yeah, let's give people time. I don't know if anybody else is streaming tonight or not.
Probably. YouTube's pretty active, so I imagine somebody.
Yes, it is. And everybody streams now because, you know, that's the way you make your cash now.
Yep, 100%. Yep.
Let me check here.
Did you catch the whole show with D.A. Roberts I did yesterday?
Yes, I didn't. I listened to pretty much the first part of it because I was cleaning. But I missed like the last half hour of it because, you know, I had to come over here and get ready to stream and I wanted to munch.
Okay.
So,
yeah, go back and watch the whole thing, though. It was actually a really good show, dude. We took a scientific
approach. I was listening to the background, yeah.
What's up, Roger? We got Roger Blair in the chat. Yeah, it was really good, dude. We took a scientific approach to the whole dogman phenomena. And I think if people actually examined it a little bit, it's not as terrifying as everybody makes it out to be. So.
I don't think it is.
No,
see, I'm still kind of iffy on the Dogman thing.
Oh, me too.
I'm not saying there's not Dogman. Some of these theories are just kind of okay.
Well, here's my thing though: is like biologically, there's no precedence for an upright canine. Okay, Bigfoot makes sense because bipedal primate. We're bipedal primates. All right, makes total sense. A bipedal canine though makes no sense whatsoever. So I saw something. I saw like a hyena thing. So I'm going to say I saw a cave hyena because hyenas aren't even canines. So we can't say hyenas are dogman.
No.
You know, and people get mad when you say that, but Area 51, what's up, Juan?
Hey, Jason Picard. Forgive me.
Jason Pritchard. I like that name, Pritchard, man. That's a cool name. Yeah, sounds like a bad guy's name.
He's in Wales. It's 1 a.m. there. He's sweet. Sipping that wine, just watching chat.
What you doing up so late, Jason? That's 1 a.m. Oof.
That sounds like me. I only streamed for like an hour and a half last night. It was kind of chilled night. Everybody must have been, you know, the ladies. It was just me and the ladies there toward the end.
Oh, it was ladies' night, huh? Nice.
Yeah, Cindy Lee and I think Aria was there for a little bit. And I mean, everybody was there. Just it dwindled down because it wasn't active. You know, some Wednesdays I'm real hopping and we're here till like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And some nights it's just kind of tame. I just kind of go with the flow.
Well, if you don't see me during the weekend, I actually have a skinwalker investigation to go on. So I'll probably be gone Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see.
Well, tell Gemma to do you a timestamp. I'm sure she'll think about it.
That'd be great. Yeah, I mean, I got a new possible encounter, but some weird stuff is happening on this family's property. And I definitely need to go check it out. I was like, oh. So I got my Navajo friends.
Right up my alley. My problem is I don't do that stuff anymore.
I got the Navajo friends shooting blessings my way. I got the protection spells going on because there's some weird stuff goes. There's some really weird stuff. I guess like their horses, their cows, their pigs.
Weird. So, you know.
Yeah. All their livestock, their horses, their pigs, their cows, their chickens, they all died.
No, did they have? They done autopsies or anything?
Right. Yeah, they did. And there's some kind of poisoning, but it's not something that's on their property. So they're not sure what happened there. But the husband, he's of Native American descent, and he said that he feels he slighted a Yanagoshi. You know, so he was like, to find my livestock dead, I'm not really surprised. I'm just worried that my family might be next. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Hey, everybody coming in, appreciate it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's nice here too. It's a little cooler than that.
It was 98.
That's creepy stuff.
Yeah,
I stopped doing that stuff because sometimes when I show up to places like that, I make it worse.
Well, see, that's what I don't
know why, but I do.
I'm gonna bring.
I was worried about bringing it home.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring some of my Navajo friends with me. They know the good medicine, so I'm gonna see if they can bless the ground and bless the family, and kind of shoo it away a little bit because I don't know what I can do. I honestly don't know what I can do. I'm a Caucasian dude. What am I go away? But no, I'm flattered they reached out to me though. I mean that means a lot.
Well, the best thing you do is document it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what your job's going to be. Document it.
Yep.
That because you know that's a special skill set there.
Yep.
And it takes a certain person, so I get that.
Well, I do know
that's
some
like
stuff.
you know, trying to get rid of a demon. You got to have
right. Know. Well, through William Nighthawk, he's a Lakota elder and shaman. I do know some stuff, but it's not stuff I'm allowed to speak about publicly.
Right. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get that. There's some things that I know that I'm not allowed to talk about because you know I've studied under an exorcist. You know, Thomas knows how to perform exorcisms.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, I learned actually quite a bit from him. I actually thought about taking a course, and he goes, "Wow, I'm teaching you everything you need to know now."
There you go. Simple as that.
Yeah. So after what happened at the apartment complex, I don't know if you know about that.
No, I do. I remember you telling me about it.
I made it a point to know everything. That's really when I got into learning about angels and demons. And kit and caboodle. Because there are some bad things out there.
Oh, you got to know stuff. That's what I keep telling people. If you're going to like research Wendigo or skinwalkers and go looking for them, you better know certain things. You better know what
exactly. Oh, yeah.
Don't just go out there and think you can use harsh language or whatever. That's not how it works.
You know, in China, when they ghost hunting, they cuss at the ghost. They get mad at the ghost.
Mm-hmm.
It's hilarious to watch. But I don't think they really, their traditions there, and most of Asia is a little different.
Yeah.
You'll see it sometimes used in Japan too.
Mm-hmm.
But they're a little more discreet because I think that part of the Japanese have Japan. When I was in Tokyo, when you brought up paranormal stuff, everybody flocked.
Oh yeah,
everybody wanted to know.
Yes,
it's real big there. Their ways of looking thing is, you know, they don't take it lightly. They take it pretty serious.
Oh
you know,
yeah,
even when they're faking it, they take it serious.
Yeah. Well, they got ceremonies just for the ghosts, man.
Yes.
So that's how serious they take it.
Oh yeah. So what are we doing here? Hello, 6 people. Thank you for joining us. I try to make a note because I know people ghost and I like to appreciate them for hanging out in the background because I do the same thing on other channels. But so is this, I take it it's not far from you?
It's a good distance. It's not, just like a walking distance. It's probably about 20, 30 miles away.
That's cool. At least
but I'm getting a ride out there. So yeah.
Now I have to come to Arizona and get all spooked out.
No, it's not hard to get spooked out in Arizona, man. Some of the places I go, it's just like, why are we even here?
You know what's weird? When we went on our honeymoon, when I was married, and on our honeymoon, we drove out to Colorado because her grandparents live in Estes Park.
Oh, nice.
Where the Stanley Hotel is. In fact, we stayed there for free. Her grandfather helped rebuild the water plant. He was a colonel in the Army.
Oh, cool.
Worked in the Signal Corps. He was a colonel of the guys that did all the blackout.
Okay. All right.
The secrets that man took to his grave is amazing.
I bet.
Oh, I'm serious. But anyways, we stopped at, the Archway on our way. Right. We went to Budweiser first, checked out the Clydesdale, went through the little tour, got a little drink.
Of course.
She decided to drive after that. Well, we stopped at the Arch because I'd never seen the Arch. And we went in that, you go up in that arch in that little cart. But I'll tell you what, I got up there and I had the creepiest feeling. I kept telling her, something here with us. Something. And she's like, what are you talking about? Something is up here with us.
Yep.
I mean, I was my hairs were standing up. It was creepy. Then you go down to where the little museum's at. And I had that feeling the whole time I was there. It was just creepy. It was like, I told her, I said, let's do this and get out.
First of all, I'm never going to be where that height, dude. That height would creep me right the hell out.
Heights.
I am. I can't
feel it wave. You could feel it. It was real windy that day, and you could feel it moving.
No, no, dude. I would have started just screaming like a schoolgirl, man.
You sound like my friend Greg.
No,
It was friend Greg.
No.
He didn't like heights either. We talked him into getting those chairs that swing around, that big one at Kings Island. It goes higher than the Eiffel Tower.
Oh,
dude, you talking about screaming the whole time. Get me off of this thing. Oh, he was freaking out.
Dude,
like, just stop the thing because I can't deal with this. I was having a blast.
That gave me vertigo through osmosis, man. Like I felt the room. That's no. I hate heights, dude. Oh
yeah. I don't bother me. Now, when you're standing on the edge, now there's certain videos you see where those guys are riding the bikes on the side of the cliffs and stuff. Now my toes tingle. It's like, I don't know about that. No. It's kind of pushing your luck.
Yep. That's why I can't go on the donkey tours with the Grand Canyon, because they walk on the edge. They're actually walking on the outer edge. So if you just like lean over a little bit, you could fall off. And I'm just
donkey go bye-bye.
I'm not about that. No.
If you can handle the rapids going into the Grand Canyon.
Oh yeah, I've done that. I've done that. I've actually walked at the bottom and hiked through the bottom of the Grand Canyon. Yeah.
I heard there's areas you cannot go. The government keep you out.
Oh yeah, it's restricted. You're not allowed. Yeah.
I wonder why.
Oh, there's a lot of urban legends about it.
A lot. Actually, a ton. Especially about the Native Americans that lived in there, and now they're saying there might have been Egyptians living in there somewhere.
That's what they say. Yeah. Yep. They do say there's Egyptian burial mounds and there's Egyptian structures in the Grand Canyon. So
I believe America, they make it sound like, okay, maybe the Vikings got here first, blah, blah, blah. But no, there's been people coming here ever since they could build a boat.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Oh, Latro, those guys that change the antenna bulbs? Nope. They can do it. Don't ask me to do it.
I had a friend that worked for the people that worked for a company that the windmills, the giant lemons. He worked for them. That's what he did. He climbed up there and fixed them. Yeah, because he knew the guy. There was an accident a couple years back where one of them caught on fire wire. There was a guy up there.
Whoa.
And he got stuck. He couldn't get down. He ended up dying. And he knew the guy personally. And he said it's just horrifying because if something happens up there, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Because there's nobody around. I mean, you just pray somebody gets there fast. That helicopter just couldn't get there fast enough.
No. See, fire at that height, man. No way. That's insanity.
That's like watching those window cleaners up on those skyscrapers. People don't understand. That takes some kahunis to do that.
Those dudes are nuts.
Yes, they are. Well, look, that's like people that built New York. Most of them were Native Americans.
Yep.
They were the only ones crazy enough to walk those heights.
Yep, the high steel.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have done that either. No.
I don't mind. I would like to try it once.
No, go ahead.
I don't know about me now with the tremors, but in the day, I wouldn't have. Even with the tremors, I'd still go.
Go ahead and try it. You can let me know all about it, but if you don't come back, I'm going to say I told you so.
Well, you just come to my I'll just be in a jar anyway, so just come visit my jar.
Yeah, and I'll just ask you, was it worth it? Was it worth it to get turned into jelly? Was it really worth it? I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm easy, I'm like I said, I'm that guy that goes chasing after things.
Well,
if I see something like a skinwalker or a Wendigo, I want to get closer. I want to know.
Better you than I, man. Better you than I.
Wild, you're not Wild E. Coyote. Actually, I have my Wild E. Coyote bedspread still from when I was a kid.
Wow.
They're old, man. They're old.
That's old school.
It's funny because you look at Bugs Bunny cartoons now. There's no way you could show those on TV without somebody wanting and crying about it.
Nope. Not anymore. No.
Those days are gone for now.
Yeah.
What goes around comes around. Life is a circle.
Yeah. It's just a different time, man. People are really sensitive. People are overworked and overhyped.
Yep. But other than that, you don't have anything special going on?
Not yet. I do have to do a show on, I believe, is it Saturday evening? I'll be home briefly for that with Kenny Thibodeau from the NADP. So,
so you're going to be on that show too, or do they stream on Sunday too? The guys you were on last night with.
They stream only on Wednesdays and Saturdays, but no, I won't be on with them because I'll be on with Kenny. Then I might be on with Roy Washington too. I'm not sure yet.
Okay. Well, just don't be afraid to in Facebook post the links and stuff. And,
okay. Well, Kenny's show isn't live.
Find the links while you're here now. Put them in here, or you can send them to me, and I'll post them over the weekend too.
Well, Kenny's show isn't live. Kenny's show is always pre-recorded, so I don't have to go until he's got it edited and drops it. So he's a great guy, though. He's a really great dude. I'd love to have him on with me, you, and Gemma someday, because Kenny does the work when it comes to Dogman. He does the real work. Cool. Yeah. He's almost like a journalist.
Okay. Now, we're next Tuesday. We will talk about Frogman. Pick up what we didn't, and pick up on the list.
Sweet.
So I'm going to do a little extra research, see if I can come up with anything new. Because I was looking this weekend, looking during the week.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that just doesn't get talked about. I like the fact that you're wanting to talk about things that nobody really talks about anymore.
Well, the Frogman it's a one and done situation. Not a lot of people saw it. So, and then once, a certain number of people saw it, it was just like poof, it faded into obscurity. Yeah.
Same thing with the Goat Man. I mean, in one place, it's still kind of seen off and on, in another place.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
what it is, though. You know what really causes that, though, Ghost, is because Dogman is the popular topic. So everything else just kind of gets pushed into the background. And people don't talk about
I get it. Because usually right now, Bigfoot and Dogman are the two big cryptid topics right now. And I get that. The Dogman thing is still new to me. I mean, I know from what I've learned and seen and looked into, it's been seen for a long time. It's not nothing new. Question is, what exactly is it? Just like everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I can't, like you guys were talking the other night, not everything's alien.
No.
And I hear that a lot. Oh, it could be alien. Not everything's alien. There's a lot of things that went on this earth way before we were here.
Well, when it comes to animals like that, I mean, theories are always good. The more imaginative theory, but you can't say a theory is fact without something to back it up. And when people are like, "Oh, well, they're Nephilim," it's like, yeah, but how do you know? How do you know they're Nephilim?
Because when you notice when I talk, I say it's my opinion, it's my theory, because theory is an unproven.
In the Dogman community, though, they're not like that. Like, there's people.
I know, that's fact. Everything's fact.
Yeah, they'll come at you and they'll be like, well, they're Nephilim and anything you think is wrong. And it's like, well, how do you know you're right, though? I mean, I'm asking you, how are you right? I need proof. Show me that they're Nephilim. Show me proof that they're Nephilim. And they're like, oh, well, we have DNA that shows they're Nephilim. Where do we get Nephilim DNA? Did God supply it with every copy of the Bible? Because as far as I know, he didn't do that. So how do we know?
Stupid insurance company.
Yeah, I got a problem with the Dogman thing. Like, I do believe that there's something going on. I do believe that there's Dogmen out there, but I think I agree too. And it's so oversaturated. It's so oversaturated now, though, that everybody thinks they're demons, they're Nephilim, they're evil, they're out to kill you. And like we were saying on that show the other night, if they're out to kill you, how come there's not more people dying? How come we're not all becoming?
I was just going to say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, John P. How are you tonight? Wouldn't take much for a boat to get blown off course back in the day. Yes, that's true. Mm-hmm. But the Dogman thing, it's just like everything. Everything is a theory.
Yeah.
And theories are unproven. And you can't even say they're fact because theory is an unproven fact. It's just an idea that somebody's come, put down forth of what they think and how it went. You got to prove that. That goes with any cryptid. Anything, the only reason I give like skinwalkers and then the Wendigos and some certain entities in other countries a little bit of benefit of doubt is because of the lore that goes with it, because of the tactics used against them. I mean, this is something that has obviously been fought before. Okay, so it's a myth, But why is this myth so prominent throughout that area? Why is the same stories always being told?
Well, here's my take on that. So, like, when it comes to Wendigo, okay, yeah, sure, there's a lot of mythology and there's a lot of lore, but there's also historical stories of people allegedly becoming a Wendigo, and then you have people that were Wendigo killers. Okay, so if you had these tribal members that were, medicine men and shaman that were trained to kill Wendigo, well, it only follows logic that they learned this art because there was something out there that they had to get rid of. Native Americans didn't do anything unless, they really, really, really needed to do that. So they didn't learn these violent tactics unless they had to use them. Okay.
Right.
So sure, they knew how to hunt. They knew how to do certain things, how to trade, how to build. But for them to go out of their way to learn how to kill a Wendigo, that's very specific.
Very specific. And that goes with a lot of the Asian, demon lore stuff. A lot of the India. In India, they're the same way. There's certain things that are done a certain way.
Yeah.
And to me, that just shows, it doesn't make it fact, but it shows that there's some substance there.
Yeah, there's something to chew on.
Yes.
Where
something you can grab a hold of and at least start pulling in, going down the rabbit holes and finding.
Right. And, with like Dogman, they say that they're the killers, that they're always the reason why people are missing in the woods, or the cause for the missing 411. Funny thing is, though, Ghost, when you actually look back in history, there's more stories of Bigfoot attacks than there are Dogman attacks.
A lot more, actually, yeah. Actually, I only know a few Dogman attacks.
I don't know any real ones.
Where there was a guy that supposedly shot a bunch of them or had a war with them. That I still kind of sketchy on, but
we talked about that last night too. That's a story that we're all like,
you gotta need more proof than that.
Well, yeah, evidence. That's the problem with the Dogman thing too, is, people will come in and be like, oh, well, I shot at like 12 Dogmen. I had a war with them. And people will just believe it. And it's like, no, this isn't how it works. If somebody's going to tell you I shot a Dogman or I shot a number of Dogmen, where's the proof? Where's the blood? Where's the fur? Where's pictures of the dead body? Where's something from those dead bodies?
Hey, Grumpy Al, welcome back.
So
yeah.
Kind of aggravating.
It's just that I don't like. It's not that I don't believe people. I just need more substance. I need to see some kind of tangible truth.
Yes.
It's like you watch this stuff on TV and are doing DNA. Okay, but you never get the real results.
No.
It's like the Skinwalker Ranch show. You get to a certain point, they get you all hyped up, but they really don't give you an answer when they get to an answer.
You don't see anything.
No.
Yeah, it's sensationalism. Sensationalism is what makes people money.
And then you see it right here in YouTube too. You see the same thing right here in YouTube. They play it up.
Yep.
And I have no problem with that. It's about views and stuff, but it's not about the money. I always like, the only reason I came forward about any of my stuff was because I thought it was about time.
Yeah.
My kids always knew something was up. The ex really doesn't believe. My parents, they believed, but they didn't believe because they had to deal with all my life, along with other things I had to deal with. One of the reasons I came out was because I needed to do it for myself.
Yes.
And after years of looking for answers on my own, I wanted to hear what everybody else said.
Yeah, I understand that. I do. I understand that completely.
Because I've done my share of research. Now I can't spill it out like I used to.
Right. Well, people just got to be careful, though.
Libraries, churches.
People got to be really careful. And I don't think a lot of cryptid enthusiasts even consider it. But when you create all these horror stories and you're like, oh, well, Dogman killed this person and they did this and they did that, it makes cryptozoology a laughing stock. So for people like me, who's trying to get cryptozoology acknowledged by science,
right, exactly,
it'll never happen because scientists hear these stories and they go, oh, great. So you're all a bunch of nut bars. Awesome.
And that happened. And that's been going on anyways for some time. And then now you add in AI to the mix.
Yep.
It was bad enough with the CGI. Now you got AI.
Yep.
I've seen some videos of what was this creature. I was pondering around in the deep dark web last night, and there was all these videos, and they were all AI. But people were falling for them of these really weird creatures that were done in like old ancient time film, and people were falling for it. But you could tell because they don't know how to really stop and look at what they're seeing. They just want to see and believe, and I get that. But unfortunately, you've got to look a little closer because you can tell the difference. But it's just sad because people do fall for that stuff. And it takes a while for them to realize, oh, that was AI? Really?
Yeah. Yep. Well, they want to believe in the horror movies, the scary story. I mean, I understand it to an extent, but it's, to another degree, I'm like, where's the critical thinking?
Right. Exactly. Let's stop and look at the timelines. Let's look at the details. Let's find let's go look for evidence.
Yep.
It's no different than ufology.
No.
These guys dig deep for evidence. And I've seen evidence. Everybody's seen it. And it's like, okay, well, you see all these footages of Bigfoot and somewhat footage of, Dogman or this or that. It's got to be real. Yeah, I would believe, because some of that footage is not fake.
No.
And it's very real. I mean, you can tell. But there's a lot of fake stuff out there.
Mm-hmm.
But the sad thing is, well, I shouldn't say sad thing. The kind of thing I like is the fact that some of this fake stuff makes people more aware that something is going on. It just wakes them up. I mean, yeah, it's sad they fell for the fake, but now they're curious. Now they want to know more.
Yeah, you have the people that want to learn, but then you have people that don't. Mm-hmm. But some people don't learn, no. Like they look at the AI stuff and they're like, oh, well, that's real, so everything's real. And you have to tell them, no, it's not. And when you tell them it's not real, they act like you're attacking them personally. It's just, no, I'm trying to educate you.
Just to stop, think, and look at the logical pieces of it.
Yeah.
Take time to open your eyes a little wider. That's
the
what
whole
I always say.
Government cover up too. That drives me nuts because I mean, I'm so public about what I do, with Bigfoot, Dogman, Skinwalkers, Wendigo. And I've been out in the mountains of Arizona by myself. I've been out in the deserts, and not once have the men in black come up to me and said, oh, you can't be doing this, Ryan. And they've never tried to scare me. Okay. And I'm not a big enough name where if I went missing, people would be like, oh, the men in back with it. The MIB got Ryan. They wouldn't be like that. So I don't believe that the MIB come in and try to scare you. I really don't. I think this is just another excuse as to why we don't have evidence.
Right. First of all, John P., yes, this is true. And then Grumpy, yes. Unfortunately, yeah, everybody then thinks everything is AI, which is sad too.
Yep. I mean, as far as Bigfoot goes, there's a lot of convincing footage out there. The Freeman footage is still one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Freeman footage is great. Or, of course, Patterson Gimlin film. That one, that's a given.
Yeah. And even then, people still question it to this day.
I don't understand why. I really don't.
But
now you
got the Mandela effect going on, where a lot of people don't remember her being a her.
It was always a she. It was always
a lot of people don't remember that. See, I didn't either. I didn't realize, when I first saw that, and you got to remember, I was young when I first saw that footage.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I didn't think it was I didn't think about it being a female. I didn't look at the chest or anything.
Right.
And it wasn't until later that, I looked at it, was like, that is a female.
Yeah. Yep. So, in the footage, I mean, that one was great, man. The way he got that clear view of the Bigfoot walking by, it's like, oh yeah. Or the Bigfoot with the baby, that was great footage too. Have you ever seen that one?
Yeah, I've seen that. Is that the one where she's got it on the back?
No, she's carrying it in the front.
In front. Have you seen the one where they're walking across the water and it looks like she's got it like this, and it's slumped over? Yeah,
that one was debunked though. That was a hunter carrying. Yeah.
Was it? I just seen the footage. I only saw it in one video.
Yeah.
It was one of those top 10s.
That's why it kind of vanished, because people realized, oh, it's a hunter carrying his kill. Okay. Okay.
Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because when you see it for the first time, it's like maybe. I always thought, my first conclusion was it was a fisherman, and what you were seeing was his fishing pack on the side.
Right. I always found it funny with that one, because people are like, oh, humans don't walk across the streams like that. And I was like, I did when I was fishing.
All the time.
I definitely did it. Yeah.
Oh, all the time.
Because you didn't do it doesn't mean that other people don't do it.
Didn't do it. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But I was going somewhere. It was something else. What amazes me is now you got footage. I don't know if anybody watches Eleanor Gray, which is Darkest Secrets, and there's a couple of them that focus on Asian and South American and Mexican videos and stuff that comes in. And in South America, they're starting to see what looks like a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they've got to be everywhere. I mean, you've got to think, if this is a legit species, why not?
Well, how would they get there, though? You know, I mean, that's the question that we have to.
You better remember, Pangora. We were all these land masses were all connected at one time.
That's true. That's
so
true.
If Bigfoot is as old as they say they is, it's highly possible that when they drifted with the continents.
Yeah, it's possible. Definitely.
I mean, you want to think about it. I mean,
well, for me, I don't need to prove Bigfoot's real because I just, I know it's real. I know Bigfoot's a thing. So, to me, it's, Bigfoot's always going to be there, but Dogman and stuff like that, I'm still working on that.
Yeah, I am. I believe Bigfoot's real. I believe Dogman's real, only because I believe werewolves are real.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Well, did you hear us talk about
a werewolf?
Did you hear us talk about werewolves last night? It was actually a very logical. We talked about werewolves last night.
Did you? I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, we were
in the basement doing laundry.
We were saying how Dogman actually is the probably the cause for the werewolf mythologies because back in Europe and France where they saw werewolves originally, you got to think Dogman wasn't even a term. It wasn't even a thought in our heads yet.
No.
Okay, so if you were a villager or a farmer and you saw this bipedal canine, your mind, especially influenced by the superstitions and the religion at the time, you're going to think it was a man cursed to be a beast. You're not going to know that it's actually just that's how it is 24/7. So people were seeing these things, right? Europeans were seeing them. In France were seeing them. So they assumed they were werewolves, that they were man wolves. And that's where, Dogman really kicked off the thing.
I'm pretty sure the thing that we saw that night was a werewolf because I could feel the empathy. It didn't want to be there. It didn't like being here. I felt all that. It was weird because this thing could have literally just tore us up. And it just looked at us all sad.
But because you felt something, though, doesn't mean it was a supernatural creature.
That's
with
true.
my dog, I can feel what he's thinking, or with other animals, I can feel the empathy. So it could have been a female dog man.
It felt like a human in me. I don't know.
But,
it was the feeling I got. I don't.
But when you're feeling something from an animal, it doesn't mean that it was a human at one time. Because actually, biologically, for a human to change into a wolf like that,
I know,
we wouldn't survive. They'd be dead.
It's an impossible. It's like it literally have to be magical.
Right, but even after a while, though, certain amount of transformation takes its toll because that's what they say with the Yangoshi. They got to be careful how many times they do it. So with werewolves, I don't think werewolves are really, really a thing. I think a lot of people have misinterpreted what werewolves are.
I'll still think that this only because what we saw and what I saw that night. And I got to admit, I'm a werewolf guy anyways. I'm one of those guys that watches all the werewolf movies. One of my favorite movies is The Howling and Dog Soldiers.
Yep. See what John P was saying, that's kind of what I'm touching on right here is I heard Dog and Bigfoot go together. Dogman protects Bigfoot. Why? Here's my question. Why? Because they're canines. They're automatically the watchdogs. Not all canines in the wild are going to protect you. Okay.
Right. But I mean, I understand his concept.
Yeah. But when you're taking one mystery and putting it with another mystery, you're trying to just answer it in a really simplistic way, which doesn't work. Okay. And I haven't actually talked to anybody or many people at all who have seen Dogman protecting Bigfoot. Okay. You hear stories of Bigfoot fighting Dogman. You hear Bigfoot killing Dogman, but it's like, really, where's the photos? Where's the evidence and everything of these two teams together?
And see, that's the thing. I just don't see if there's a conflict between the two, you would know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sorry, but you would know. I would think you would know there would be more what I call battle scars. There would be more obvious things to prove that.
And we'd find a dead body, would we not? I mean, if Dogman and Bigfoot are fighting each other all the time, there's going to be blood. There's going to be a dead body. There's going to be dead bodies.
Yes. Oh, this is really well. Yeah, Jason, you're right.
Jason, you are correct on that.
Something unexplained, then it opens, and it does. And it does. That, and especially the younger you are that happens, the more influence it plays upon you. You know what I'm saying? It does peak at any age, but younger minds seem to be more open to when they're exposed to that, especially like children. Yeah, they want to learn more. They want to know that it's hard to explain. I'm not going to do it. But yeah, that's well said. Here's one for you. Bigfoot shipped into.
I don't know about that.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, the whole shape-shifting Bigfoot thing, I think that's another kind of excuse in a way of people not getting any footage or anything, because it's like, well, why didn't you get any photos or footage of this Bigfoot? Oh, because it shape-shifted into a bear, it turned into a bear, it turned into a dog man or whatever, and it's like, so it's an excuse kind of, you're what?
See, I do believe in the other dimension thing,
because
some of the things I've seen over the years obviously didn't come from here, and I would not count. See, again, I can't. I get the alien thing, but I look at aliens differently, and I do look not only as kind of like the fallen angels, but I look at them as something from another dimension.
Okay,
but this galaxy is so big. Why not? I get that. We're not alone in this universe.
No. I don't think they're demons, though. I don't think they're all demons. Everybody thinks aliens are all demons.
I don't either. But I think there are some demons that portray themselves as aliens.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a possibility.
Because you got to look at, when you look at abductions and a possession, they're almost identical. There's a few minor differences, but they're almost identical. So, loss of time, that person doesn't know what's going on. And there's a lot of things that are the same. But at the same point, there are a lot of alien things that I've witnessed and seen and read over that it's made me rethink that, there's a fallen angel. I've always believed that, yeah, we're not alone in this galaxy.
No.
But I also believe that, unlike the Nephilim, the fallen angels weren't bound to this earth.
Okay.
Some of them did leave. Who's to say they had the ability to create civilizations? That's what the Sumerians talk about. They had the ability to create chimeras and stuff. Who's to say they didn't go to another planet, make a bunch of little grays, and send them here to watch over us?
Maybe.
I'm just a theory. See, that's a theory that I've just come up. But it's just there because it's not one theory I have. I have all kinds.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get an idea. What it could go this way or it could go this way. I'm willing to look at the whole picture.
Yeah, you can have an open mind, but not so open that your brains leak out. I mean,
you can open it too much and really do.
Yeah. When you start believing the too far-fetched stuff, that's when you really stray too far off course, and you got to bring yourself back. Because I mean,
you got to pull back a little bit.
Yeah, you're never going to figure anything out if you're too far off course.
John P. Grays are AI biological. I kind of buy that. Like little drones, little hive mind. They're sent to do certain tests. Maybe they're abiding by somebody else. That's the way I've always looked at the Grays.
Well, to touch on his earlier comment too about the other dimension in which they exist, I don't think all of them are from an alternate dimension. I really don't. I think there's a couple of things going on here with Bigfoot and Dogman and cryptids in general. Some people are seeing the real, genuine cryptids, the flesh and blood that started here on Earth. Right. Some people might be seeing thought forms because we think about them so much. The energy from our thoughts might give life to something. They're called tulpas in other cultures. Okay, so they're not seeing the real deals. That's why these things
happens with a lot of creepypastas.
Yeah,
people just play them up so much, then all of a sudden people start seeing them, like the Slender Man.
Yep,
now
and that's why they
disappear. Demon like a Slender Man, but he's not Slender Man.
Right. And that's why they disappear and they seem to go into another dimension or cloak, or they seem bulletproof because they're not the real deals. They're not the real Bigfoot or the Dogman that started here.
I agree with that. Oh, yeah, for sure. It's a good conversation.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people forget that cryptids, the term itself, means animal who's rumored to exist, whose existence hasn't been verified by science. Cryptid doesn't mean ghosts, doesn't mean extraterrestrials. It doesn't mean
everything's categorically different. You got and then you have your two differences between supernatural and spiritual.
Yep.
People don't understand that. This world is not only a spiritual world, but it's also a very supernatural world.
Yes.
People, Christians stop to forget to realize, and other religions forget to realize their gods are supernatural beings.
Yeah, 100%.
So you got to think in those lines too. If they are supernatural beings, and the things that they've created must be supernatural too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I don't know why some religions are against the supernatural, though. I don't quite understand that. You know, it boggles my mind.
Why?
Because it's, you know, they're so against the supernatural. Like it's the devil's work. And it's like, how can you say that though?
Yeah.
You know, you're following a story of a God who created a universe with a big bang. You know, his son turned water into wine. His son came back from the dead.
All supernatural stuff.
Guys. Yeah. So I don't understand why religions have problems with it. I don't get
No, but they do. And it's like, you got to stop and look at the whole picture.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and it's interesting that people don't. I actually heard a preacher the other day actually outright say, you know, our Lord, our God is a supernatural being. This is very much a supernatural planet, Earth, with supernatural things on it. And that includes us.
Yes. Yep. I don't know. I think with a lot of people, the term supernatural, they automatically think ghosts and whatnot.
Yeah.
But that's not really what it means. It means anything that's outside of, you know, biology, anything that's outside of science, supernatural.
Well, that's like when you say paranormal.
Natural.
Yeah, that's like when you say the word paranormal, everybody automatically assumes ghosts and stuff like that. Well, paranormal is a phrase that means anything unexplained that can't be scientifically explained.
Right.
So
it parallels the normal.
UFOs, that's the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah, it parallels the normal. Like the normal's here, we can explain it, and then the paranormal's over here because we can't explain it.
We can't get the fit the mold.
Right. Exactly.
Or fit in the link, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There are cloaked 8-foot aliens in Vegas. You know, there's some weird stuff that goes on. Ever since that happened in Vegas, people are seeing some weird stuff.
Yeah.
That family, those kids that called the police after that meteor.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. Well, now if folks that may not know this, the kid is now saying he doesn't think they were aliens. He thinks they were demons.
Ooh.
He says he's being haunted at night. Ever since this has happened, he's having horrible dreams. And one of the footage they keep going over where they say it's the alien standing behind the fence that's right beside him. But if you look at it, it looks more like a shadow being. And it's huge. And it moves. I mean, if you watch the video slowly, it's moving. It's watching them. And as soon as they start to realize it's there, it's gone. To me, that is a supernatural being. So what really did go down that day? Because the kid's terrified. He won. The last I'd heard, he was actually looking for an exorcist.
Wow.
To bless the house. And that's the last I heard. And I've heard nothing since. And that was probably about 4 weeks ago.
Oh, I mean, things like that are going to take time, though. You know, 'cause sometimes it's ironic how the church, it's very hard to convince them you have demons. It's
I don't think, I'm not, it's just amazing how we went with this particular situation, from aliens to demons. I mean, it was like a just gradual flip.
Well, stop and think about that for a minute, though, because that kid, he saw something that he wasn't ready to see.
No, he wasn't ready to see it.
He saw something that he thought existed
the whole family.
in movies. Yeah, they thought they existed only in movies. So when they saw them, they were traumatized, and maybe they're taking the trauma and mistaking it for a demon.
Something else. Yeah. I mean, your mind does crazy things when you start to really freak out over something. And if you don't take a step back and try to regroup, and it looked like the kid honestly tried. But the last interview I saw with him, he was like, "Oh no, I think this was a demon. I think the demon fell to earth."
Well,
because they never did find a craft. All you see is the cops' version of that. It looked like a meteor. It was green, and then it was right after that they got the call.
Okay,
and it was the same cops that you see on that footage with the green meteor. It's the same cops that answer that call.
Okay. No, Atro. That's true. If they abduct the exorcist, that will settle that. 100%, buddy. 100%.
Now, the Miami sighting is different, too. That's a weird one, too.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of that one. I've heard a lot of people saying that it was faked. A lot of people are saying it was this. A lot of people are saying it's that. And I'm
Well,
like,
you know, a lot of people said that these kids came in with this weird looking boom box. And when they turned it on, weird stuff started happening.
you know what
It was
that's
like
called?
these kids were up to something. They made something. They brought it there and turned it on, and it created havoc.
You know what kind of sound messes with your brain? It's called infrasound.
Yes. Yes. And it will mess with you too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They use it for riot control.
Oh, yeah. I've seen them use it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's
They
videos
actually
of
did,
them using it.
They actually did an experiment with that where they were at a concert, a live concert, and they purposely did this. They actually put speakers that had infrasound right where the speakers were for the concert, and they played the infrasound for everybody in the audience while the concert was going on. A lot of people ended up getting sick. People reported migraines.
Yes.
People were throwing up. People were passing out. Some people actually were complaining about defecating themselves because they lost all control because of that infrasound.
Well, I'm not sure who it was. I don't know if it was a Madonna concert or something. Whole row of people just fall.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird. It was like a wave came over this whole section in the front and literally just knocks them all flat.
Yep.
To me, that looked like an ultrasound experiment.
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody just shot a wave of, you know.
Well, you know what's creepy about infrasound?
They all just fell.
What's creepy about infrasound, though, is we can't hear it. Our human ears can't pick up the decibels. Our brains, though, and even our hearts, our lungs, our kidneys, everything in our body, can be affected by it. So, like, if they played it strong enough for you, it could actually kill you. It could turn you to basically jelly, man.
Oh, yeah, I agree. And stuff. Some of this weaponry that we haven't even seen yet.
Yeah.
And that's the scary part. There is stuff that we haven't even seen yet.
I'm just
visibility cloak. You know, when you first see Predator in 1983 or 84, when I first saw Predator, 87. Yeah, 87. I'm also thinking because it was funny. I graduated in 82.
Mm-hmm.
My graduating year, 2 days before I graduated, I went and saw The Thing.
Ooh.
Because it came out for that summer blockbuster, I believe, if I'm right. Somewhere around that area. And okay, but then 87 is when the Predator came out.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw that movie, I said to the guy I was sitting next to, I go, "Oh, they already have this technology. There's no doubt."
Oh, I'm sure they got something like that. I'm sure they do.
And now you know they do because you see people showing it off all the time now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think it's a cryptid like people like to call it, though. I think it's government military guys testing out. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. Yep. Now, what Gemma saw, I'm not sure. Now, it could have highly been somebody testing a suit out. I mean, Gibbs is pretty. I mean, it's out there.
Yeah.
So it's highly possible.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know of any military bases close to there. So,
well, I mean, in that regard, though, I think that like spirits can also kind of manifest like that too.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I believe that too. I've seen it myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think it's all military guys running around wearing predators. No. So,
but what she saw definitely freaked her out, and I honestly agree. If she would have never noticed, and little man would have wandered into those woods, she probably would have never saw him again.
That's kind of messed up. I mean, why would they harm a little kid, man?
Well, what was weird is she said he was making. She had never seen this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And she said it was making clicking noises.
Like the Predator that.
And she had never seen the movie. She had no clue.
Mm-hmm.
When she didn't, in fact, really get attacked, asked about it until after, I believe. But we'll have to ask her about it when we have her on next.
Yeah.
She's here. It's her show. Yep. But anyways, but she said it was focused on little man.
Hmm.
And it seemed like she felt like it was trying to draw him in.
Ooh.
And that is what scared her. Because, oh, yeah. And you can just motherly instincts are an amazing thing. When you're a parent, your instincts kick in. You got to follow those instincts because 2 to 1, they're probably right.
There's nothing stronger than the maternal instinct.
But when she got him out of there and she had never seen him since. So
interesting.
But that land sits on a park.
Okay.
Like that whole town she lives in is like a no build anymore. Where she lives, you can't build anymore.
I mean, there's a lot of energies there, I'm sure.
Yeah,
You know,
well, it's old. You can tell that it's old Indian ground. You can tell that, you know, when I was there with her, we were driving just around Jersey in the upper New Jersey area. It's obvious.
Yeah, and Latro,
it's old country. I was seeing stuff that I usually don't. Well, you get two people that have two different senses. I don't even call mine abilities. I don't even know what I call them. But you put two people in a car together that's, you know, putting out a lot of energy or whatever.
Yeah.
I was seeing more stuff than I'd ever seen. And usually I see ghosts and stuff, but not like she does. It's usually just a fluke. I don't expect it to happen. You know, I see the things that follow people, not the stuff I see randomly by itself or the craziness I've seen. Is usually something that just happens. I don't expect it to happen. I'm not looking for it. You know, one of the reasons I stopped ghost hunting was because I realized the more I went ghost hunting, the more chances there was that, because strange things always happen. In fact, there was a couple times people wouldn't even ask me to go because they'd get weird. But I also got to the point where I was worried about bringing it home. And then I got worried about that. I literally got rid of all my notes, all my drawings, because Patricia, my little helper person, helps me deal with this all my life, said, you don't want to hang on to that stuff. You know, you're just basically calling to it. Yeah. And you're holding its memory, and it knows you now.
You're paying.
I really got rid of all that stuff. I still do sketches and stuff, but it's always other people's stuff. And even then, I don't keep it. The only thing I've kept so far is the drawing I did of the lady in the light that I saw.
Hey, let me run to the restroom real quick, Ghost. I will be right back.
Yeah, we're going to go off here anyways. So hurry up and you can come back and say goodbye. You're good. Go to the bathroom, man. Yeah, we're getting ready to log off. And maybe we'll take a few questions. The Predator movie that came out with a few years ago, The Predators. We're looking for a little boy that, yes, I just watched that the other day, actually. That movie could have been so much better. A lot of people gave it crap, but it had potential. It was aiming for something. It didn't just quite grab it, but I still like that movie. Oh, thanks, John B. Yeah, thanks. You know, Ryan's the man. That's why I like doing stuff with Ryan. And Gemma, I always love doing my stuff with Gemma. You know, this is her channel, and bless her heart, she was nice enough to let me wander in here. Now, remember, folks, tomorrow night, Intuitive Oracles with Gemma at 7:15. As far as I know, it's a go. Little man's still feeling kind of rough, so keep their fingers crossed. She kind of needs this. I'm really hoping things go back to normal for her tomorrow. Then I'll be here Saturday night. So you can tell I'll be here Saturday night at midnight.
Cool. Cool. I feel so much better now. That's the thing about coffee. You can only borrow it.
Yes.
Coffee and beer. Doesn't stay very long.
I don't drink beer too much anymore.
I don't drink it at all. So
yeah. I have one every like blue moon. I'd prefer to have either a stiff drink, and I usually only drink one, then I'm drinking coffee.
I can't drink alcohol at all because of my epilepsy. So.
Yes, I know. Well, I probably shouldn't either. That's why I only have one every couple. You know, when they ask me to go, I'll have one with them. And then I'm drinking coffee and water. I usually end up becoming the Uber driver for the night anyway. So, you know, which doesn't bother me. At least I know everybody gets home safe.
Right.
He's bringing up DVD movies. I have them all too. All the Predators. Now, Ryan here is going to fix me up with all the aliens.
Yeah. I'm actually sending him some stuff. So
I'll get a hold about you, and you can just let me know what you want for them all. And
I was just going to send them to you, dude. I wasn't going to charge you for them.
Oh man, don't do that.
I don't want to be that guy that charges you an arm and leg.
Hey.
Oh, be quiet.
But yes, and then we'll be here Monday. She's already got her 11 o'clock video posted on YouTube. It's the Kaylee Berg story. It's a
She works
re-upload. It'll be a good one. And I don't know what a noon one is yet. And then we'll be here Tuesday at 1
Mhm.
talking about Frogman.
Yep.
Which I'm ready.
Me too. Me too.
And then I'll be here Wednesday night, and then we start all over again.
Yeah.
I don't know if Pixie will be here next Thursday since she missed tonight. She had some things. We basically filled in for her tonight, so everybody send some love to her. She's taking care of some family business. So
yeah, I'm about to go scare
we're
some
here
of my
tonight.
I'm going to scare some of my research partners too. I mean, it's funny that Roger brought up the Predator because I'm going to call them and be like, there's something out there waiting for us. And it ain't no man.
There ain't no man. It's no
We're
man.
all going to die.
I love, and you know, after he did that, and was it 48 hours?
I think so.
You didn't hear much of him after that.
Sonny Landham was a bad boy. You know,
Oh
on the
man,
set
he
of
was.
Predator.
The stories you hear out of Predator set and out
Yeah,
of 48 hours.
he had bodyguards on the set of Predator, not to protect him from other people, to protect other people from him.
From him, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I heard he had temper, man.
Yes, he
So
did.
yeah, and they had the same situation on. I believe it was 48 hours that he was
Yeah,
on.
I think you're right. I think you're correct.
And he scared Nick Nolte to death a couple times.
He was a big dude. Sonny Landham was
Nick
a very
is
big guy.
And Nolte was getting to that point in his life where he would just ramble, just say
Yeah.
crap. And he like kind of get into that Gary Bussey state
Mhm.
where he just ramble and he would upset people. He didn't do that in front of Sonny.
No.
And it almost got ugly a couple times. Eddie Murphy said he had to step in because apparently Sonny liked Eddie.
Okay.
And thought a lot of him. And every time someone went down, Eddie would go,
just ease it back. Ease it back.
Ease it back, bud. But yes. So you want to call it a night?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
I want everybody to have a wonderful night. I'll see a lot of you, I hope, tomorrow.
Have
If
a great night, everybody.
Tomorrow, Ryan, I will make sure you get a timestamp for Jemmy.
Okay.
From Jemmy.
Okay. Sounds great.
And everybody have a wonderful night, a good day tomorrow, and we'll see you tomorrow night. I'll just see you on the flip side. And have a good one,
Take
folks.
care, everybody.
Have one.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. Later on, folks. You take care of each other. And thanks for hanging with us tonight. We do appreciate it. And once again, I'll see you on the flip side, folks. And peace out.